that we can get into, but there's something that you said at the start that really it hit home with me straight away because I was talking about it with someone recently, and you mentioned that you were coming closer to your 30th birthday, and you realized right now I actually need to now make a jump and make a career, and you were seeing jobs that you had a bigger salary than you were expecting, but you didn't want to take them because that was putting you in that bubble of this is my job. How did you convince yourself to stay away from that comfortability? Because I feel like that's something that a lot of people do struggle with. Like there's always that saying of, you can measure a man when you ask him what does he actually want to do with his life, and if he doesn't say exactly what he's doing right now, it means he was scared of the discomfort of actually doing what he wanted to do. So how did you navigate around that? Because there's a lot of people that would have saw, you said you were getting closer to your 30th birthday. They would have thought, right, this is my career now. Or they would have saw the figures that came with those jobs and they would have said, right, I'll settle for that.
Well, and I tell you, that is such a good question. And I think you're right on. I think it's a vital question that a lot of people think because, a lot of people, and the problem is they become a slave to their job. Their job owns them. And they don't, they have a fear of, moving into something new, because of the security, the insurance, the starting over, or whatever the case might be. But for me, I think one of the main things that helped me in that is just really understanding my purpose, because I wanted to live a purpose-filled life, a life that made a difference for other people. And so understanding that and then holding to my convictions. I'm not going to sacrifice, uh, you know, uh, you know, things for to have a temporary pleasure, for long lasting results. You know, I, I I'm not going to do that. So I think a lot of it was just my conviction, and this is what I need to do, and I'm gonna live according to that. And so I just didn't want to be a slave to a job. I wanted freedom. I love freedom. And so I think it was just that conviction to say, okay, I will do this. I will figure it out. And especially in today's world, listen, there's just great opportunities, and especially now that we've got the information access that we do. There's nothing we can't learn. There's nothing we don't have access in our world today. And I mean, listen, after 44 years in this one company with one career, um, I decided I want to expand. So, I mean, at 74, I decided, something, I'm going to start something new. And why would I do that? I mean, Colonel Sanders, he started Kentucky Fried Chicken at 67. Sam Walton started Walmart at 58. And so you look at these people and hey, that's right. Why not? You know, I mean, because if there's something you want to do, guess what? If you're able to do that, you're going to have more passion. You're going to have more conviction about that. And then you're going to love what you do. And it's not like work anyway. I mean, people have asked me for literally decades now, when are you going to retire? And I said, retire? I said, you retire to do what you love. I've been doing it for, 40 years. Why would I'd have to retire to do what I'm doing. And so anyway, I think that's real important. And the other thing is I learned from some of my mentors early on is the fact that you make reversible decisions quickly, but you make irreversible decisions slowly. In other words,
Oh, I
when
like
I'm gonna
that one.
if I'm gonna buy a radio, or a new computer, or a new phone, listen, that's an easy reverse if I don't like it, right? But if I'm going to buy a home, I better think about it.
It's a different skill.
You know, now if I'm going to take up a sport, okay, I can make that decision real quick because what? It's real easy to stop, right?
Yeah.
But But if I'm going to get married, now you need to think about it. You see, so you make reversible decisions quickly. You make irreversible decisions slowly, and I've made decisions slowly. I mean, it took me what 5, 6 years to actually make that decision, to actually pick and choose the career that I was going to be involved with. But anything I've done, when I make a decision, it's a decision. When I decide, it's done. Okay. When I decided, where I was going to live, I lived there for 27 years, right? When I decided the church I was going to, I was at the same church for 33 years. When I got into the career, and I've been at it for 44 years. I started discipling a group of guys, back in 1995, and so here I am 29 years later, every Thursday morning, we're still there. So when I make a decision, it's done. I'm committed. When I commit, and see, and that's one thing people can they can depend on me. They know that. And so that's built a reputation for me, that's great for the marketplace, and it's just great for business. I think that's real valuable.